Hi, my name is Jerry Wise. I'm a therapist at Carmel, Indiana, and I'd like to share with you a video regarding adults surviving in a toxic family of origin. I have a lot of folks that I work with who have family of origin issues. What I mean by that is they have issues that are stuck within them and have family issues that are stuck inside them. They also have family of origins that they interact with in a very unhealthy way, very dissatisfying way, and it doesn't work for them very well. And they come to me to find out ways in which they can help improve their relationship and how they function in their family of origin. There is two types of family of origin work. One is the internal family of origin, and then the second is the external family of origin. The family we have now, the family we actually deal with, the mom we call and talk to, the family that we deal with at holiday times, or the family that comes and stays with us and visits us. And then, of course, the first is that internal family of origin that's always present, and we're always having a dialogue with that internal family of origin. The folks who work with me, and many folks who come to talk to me about family issues, have two needs. One is to heal and resolve the issues, family of origin issues that are internal and within us. And second is, how do I deal with my external family of origin? The family of origin I have now, the family I have to deal with now as to who they are. For many folks, childhood might not have worked out so well for them, and their family wasn't very healthy. Maybe their family has gotten healthier or less conflictual as the years gone by. Maybe they've got a little better relationship with their parents and siblings. Some families, it gets worse, and the family becomes more fractured or more disconnected or more angry, more hurt, more cut off, and these kinds of problems. And those who come to work with me say, how do I deal with all that? How do I deal with all the drama that's in my family? Because I feel so caught up in it. I feel so enmeshed with it. I just want to cut off from it. I either feel like I need to cut off from it, or I'm just right in the middle of it, and I don't know how to deal with that. Jerry, can you help? I think one thing I want to say before I say anything further in working with family of origin issues is I want to talk about briefly the issue of blame. Blame is very important. I think sometimes therapy or therapists get a bad rap because there's some kind of common conventional notions out there that therapists tend to blame your parents for everything or blame your family of origin for everything. Actually, I find it quite the opposite. When folks come to work with therapists, oftentimes they are blaming their family of origin, and they're upset, they're angry, they're reactive with their family of origin. And it's not the therapist who's saying it's all your family's fault and that you should blame them and you should hate them and you should cut off from them. That's usually, for at least I think healthy therapy, that isn't what happens. And so we try to help clients, we try to help people to work through their feelings regarding their family of origin and become more adult-like in their family of origin, which I think is a very important goal. So I want to say we don't blame the family of origin for what's happened or how we're struggling or how we function. The family of origin is certainly something we lived through, and it shaped us, it imprinted us, but that's different than blaming. Blaming is a whole different dynamic than accepting the reality of what happened. And I think it's important to accept the reality without pushing the blame. People ask me all the time, how do I deal with my family? I feel hurt and appreciated most of the time, they might say. They say I feel used or I feel left out. I feel controlled by my parents. I feel guilted by my parents or my siblings. I never can do enough. They all think I do too little. I feel worse after I've been with them. My dad acts angry all the time. It drives me crazy. My mom won't stand up for herself. That drives me crazy. My brother is irritable and shaming and makes fun of me. My sister acts like she's better than everyone else, she and her family. My parents complain we never visit or call enough. And when we do, it's just miserable when we go. I feel disrespected by my family. I feel bullied by my family. And I maybe even feel emotionally abused by my family. These are some of the things that I hear from folks who want to work on family of origin issues. They feel very caught in their family of origin experience. Most people's secret desires are, one, how do I get my family to change? Or secondly, how do I get them to change? And secondly, how do I get the pain or the struggles to stop inside me? Those are kind of secret desires that many people have. And I think these are some of the questions we've been asking ever since we were children. Those are kind of what we call the childhood questions that we have. The kid in us question, the little child in us question, the little Jerry in us question. The beginning of healing and freedom comes from asking and thinking about the adult questions that we have regarding our family of origin. Why do I need or want them to change? Why do I continue to give my inner emotional power and control over to my family of origin? And it feels so out of my control. How would a healthy adult deal with a family like mine? What might I fear losing if I acted like a real grown-up in my family of origin and not just the stuck little kid in my family of origin? What would that cost me? What trouble would that cause in the family? And what do I fear losing? What do I fear would happen? These are some of the adult questions that I think are good to ask about family of origin issues. Here are two problems. How do I interact and develop a more mature, healthy interaction with my family or with my toxic family? And secondly, how do I deal with, heal, recover from my inner reactivity that is so finely tuned to and so finely sensitive to my family of origin? I find that is so common amongst most folks who come and work on family of origin issues. There are some important keys about working with your family of origin, and I'd like to share some with you here today in the video. Number one, I think it's important to focus on you and managing you and not them. The goal of dealing with family of origin issues is not to fix your family. The goal is to fix you. There's a difference. And most of us come wanting to fix our family of origin. I think it's important that we work on giving up our childhood dreams of yearning for and waiting for the family I always wanted. The mother I always wanted, the father I always wanted, the siblings I always wanted. I think we hold on to those childhood dreams and desires way into adulthood, and in fact, I would say many adults never give up those dreams, but it causes them a great amount of angst, pain, anxiety, and difficulty because they will not let go of those childhood dreams and desires. Thirdly, family of origin members today cannot heal our childhood wounds. That is our work, not theirs. No current family of origin members can heal our childhood wounds. Those are our childhood wounds. Now, they might have been wounded as a result of our father, mother, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, grandparents. They may have been involved in those wounds, but they cannot fix those. And that's one of the myths that I think so common that so many people believe. If only my mother or only my father will be the father he always should have been, then I won't have this wound inside. Well, that's problematic, because more than likely your mother or father are human beings who are imperfect, maybe dysfunctional, maybe toxic, maybe come from their own generation upon generation of problems and difficulties. And so for them to fix that for you is probably unrealistic. And I think accepting that is very important for healing. Fourthly, our goal, our job, is to learn to grow up. And to grow up in our interactions with our family of origin, whether they change or not. That's not the determining factor. The determining factor is for us to change, not our family of origin to change. And for us to be the adults that we are, age appropriate that we are, to be that 50-year-old woman and not the 15-year-old girl when we interact with our family of origin. That takes practice, it takes coaching, it takes helping to do that. When you accomplish that, it's pretty amazing. And we want to be that adult within our family of origin and inside us, and not just be that wounded child when we go and as we live. There's one good way. People say, well, I'm pretty mature, I'm pretty grown up, I'm very successful, I do this, I do that, I have a Cadillac and a mansion and and I'm the vice president of so-and-so. Okay. Tell me, when you go back home for Christmas, how do things go? It's amazing how we revert back to being the wounded child that we were, even though we're highly successful in adult life, because our real sense of self has more to do with that than all the money, the cars, we really haven't grown in those ways. And I think growing in those ways are so critical and so rewarding and pay such a dividend when we do that. Self-differentiation is the process of learning to be our true selves while staying connected within our family of origin and staying connected to others, spouse, friends, etc., and not using enmeshment or cutoff as the means of dealing with those relationships. And being and working towards self-differentiation within our family of origin is a very effective way of increasing our self-esteem, our intimacy ability, lowering reactivity, and becoming more clear-headed and less reactive-headed. We just are reactive so much. And a lot of people have lots of reactivity problems, abandonment issues, shame issues, and they're stuck inside, but their origins come from their family of origin, and they're still living that pattern and dynamic with their current family of origin now. As marital and family therapy health professionals, we know the effect of growing up within our family of origin impacts parenting, marital relationships, work relationships, and even career. Going back home and doing family of origin work is a very powerful way to reach the goals so many dream about. I want to encourage you to work on your family of origin issues. I think they are very powerful and can do a lot to change your life. If you want to start a journey to healing and dealing with your toxic family of origin or family of origin issues, I hope you'll give me a call at 317-919-6264. We'd like you to post comments. I hope you'll like this video. I'll respond to any comments that you place on YouTube. I want to say I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening.